Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patriot Crusader Missions Christian Warrior Talk. It's Friday. You made it. Welcome to the fellowship. Welcome to the brotherhood. Welcome to the end of another week. You made it. It's time to celebrate our victories, learn from our setbacks, and drive on. I am Pastor Jason Perry of Patriot Crusader Mission, a church for veterans, first responders, and patriots. This is a fellowship show where we come together and invest in one another. And part of that is celebrating our victories, like I said earlier, and picking ourselves up from our setbacks. So in this podcast, which I need to change something right here. There we go. And I need to get the right background on. There we go. Welcome, everyone. Now, something that we do very unique here, I think, unlike any other Christian show out there, is we try to model proper Christian lifestyle, right? And in fellowship, it should be fun. It doesn't all have to be tears. It doesn't all have to be hard. It doesn't all have to be dry and awful. So here we toast one another. Now, if alcohol is a problem for you, if, Lauren's going to be joining me here if you guys are wondering what's going on with this seat here. But if alcohol is a problem for you, if it causes you to stumble, if you take one sip and you're like my dad and you wake up in jail, 3 months from now in a jail in Florida, don't partake with alcohol. Go get iced tea, sweet tea, water, soda, whatever it is you want. Again, what you're drinking doesn't matter. I am usually drinking muddled wine when you see me drinking, which is wine with usually cranberry or pomegranate juice and some sparkling water. That's what you see me knocking back when I am doing here. Louis Quinn, what's up? It's good to see you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Well, coffee is the elixir of life, my friend. I love coffee, and I'll tell you what, there's some good coffee out there. It's Mike Lindell's My Coffee. Use promo code HOPE. It'll get you a discount. It's good stuff. It's organic. It's low in acidity, which is important. And coffee beans are some of the most heavily pesticided products on the planet. So if you're not getting organic, you're drinking straight poison. Coffee is actually really good for you, believe it or not. There's been a lot of studies that show that it helps with heart disease and a bunch of other things. I'm going to take off my headset here. And that it really helps. So we got Steve Raleigh.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So we made it through another week. We were supposed to be building a fence this week, but we didn't get that done. We had some setbacks, so that'll be next week. And then we're processing those 50 chickens, or 50 meat birds the week after. Oh, man, Linda.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
I got to look and see where it's sourced from. I get the whole bean, though. And so anyways, it's 9/11 week, right? And I don't know if you guys saw, I put it out on Instagram and Facebook. That we're going to be doing a special, like we do every year, a special 9/11 service. I can't tell you when I was church shopping from when I got saved to us starting this church this year, right? So you're talking 13 years and I never saw a church get 9/11 right. I think, I love some Malbec and, with San Pellegrino as well. Right now I'm drinking Rocks of the Andes. It's a Malbec 2020 Malbec from Argentina. So good stuff. I enjoy mine. But I never saw a church get it right. They barely mention it, if anything at all. They may have a veteran come up and speak, but it's not addressing the issues that is destroying our country. It's not addressing the wounds that were tore open with the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan that just wrecked the veteran, first responder, and patriot communities. I mean, utterly destroyed them. Right? Here they were. They are. They have given so much and lost so much of themselves and their friends and their family and their birthdays and for their children and weddings and the death of family members, all those things to fight in the war against terror, to just have Afghanistan go the way it went in the end. It's just absolutely unforgivable. And a lot of us are in a really dark place after that. And so on Sunday, I plan on addressing those issues again, and bringing them to the forefront and celebrating our first responders, our veterans, and the patriots who have been fighting since. Chris Bosma, what up?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Yeah, exactly, guys. I mean, it takes us. I mean, our generals suck, right? Our generals absolutely suck. It takes a special kind of incompetence to be able to have the best warriors in the world, the best equipment in the world, the best technology in the world, the best, fighters, the best everything, an unlimited budget, and still manage to lose every war since World War II, right? That's a special kind of suck, and that's who we have leading our military. It's pretty terrible. And I just hope that, we take our country back here in November. I'm just prepping this for Lauren when she comes on. That when we come back, we take our country back in November, and we can start having some accountability. Like, why aren't all of our generals fired? You lose a war, you get fired. Fired. You do that debacle that was Afghanistan. There shouldn't be a single commander left in charge. Gone. Fired. Yeah, I don't know about the Arab world there, Louis. The Arab world is a special kind of, of darkness. Wow. Here's speak of my queen, not Europe's queen, but my queen, not England's queen. Like somebody put out there, the queen's dead. I'm like, last I checked, my wife's still good to go. She's right here. Your queen may be gone, but not mine. So here is the amazing Lauren.
Hello.
There is your mic.
What an intro.
Yeah. Now let's see if we can.
I'm going to screw up my sound.
No.
Everybody's sound.
No, so far so good.
Hello.
Yeah, well, you know what? Things are working.
Hello,
so just so you guys know, our $1,500 camera broke. The HDMI port came loose on it, and I had to get a new one. So I got a GH5 II, which I was basically reason why I was late coming on tonight. Was
it's brand new.
It's brand new,
like
and
an hour old.
An hour old. So Louis says, let's see if it all fit on the screen. Yeah. You said it last week. The generals are corrupted. Look at Russia. The generals' corruption killed them in Ukraine. Having said that, thank God for Russian corruption. May God bless and protect Ukraine. I'll tell you, I'm not a big fan of Ukraine, man. I'm not a fan of Russia either, to tell you the truth. But I think we've got it wrong. I think if you look, the Ukraine has been meddling in our elections. The Ukraine is the one that got Trump wrapped up in Ukraine Gate by leaking, the conversation that he had on the thing. And again, Trump's a doofus when he comes to dealing with this stuff. The most perfect conversation, whatever. Here's the thing: it should have never got leaked. It should have never been an issue. The Ukraine arrested. I mean, they're doing everything that we're doing. They're trying to arrest Trump. They arrested their enemy of their political party. I mean, the Ukrainian current party is wired to the Nazis. I mean, these are legitimate concerns. I'm not justifying it, but just throw in like the Ukraine, some noble place with some noble thing. I think they're fighting their butt off, and I think they're doing whatever. But I'll tell you what, we've got people starving here. We got a completely bankrupt country. We're borrowing from our great-grandchildren to send money to Ukraine right now. And we shouldn't be freaking doing that. We shouldn't be doing that at all.
Do you think that the only way that Ukraine is even still standing is because of
the only reason why they're standing and this war has been dragged out is because we gave them aid.
So otherwise, things would be.
It would already be over. The food would already be flowing. The oil would already be flowing. Everything would already be done. But guess what? Our politicians can't get rich that way. They need an eternal war. They need the weapons to be going out. Why do you like? Do you think the companies that when we send $50 billion in aid, that the companies that make those products are taking a loss? Absolutely not. No, they're getting paid full price, and so I'm just reading Louis' things here. Louis, I'd love to hear you put your take on it. And again, my point is not against the Ukrainian people. Right. It's against the government. Their government is a puppet government of us. We put Zelensky in power, an actor, right? And God knows what's even real and what's not real over there. I just know that, the longer this drags out, the less of the Ukraine will even be there. And Russia right now, his economy is booming and the rest of the world is suffering.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
So he says the average Ukrainian citizen just wants freedom and to be part of the EU. They want nothing to do with Russia. And the 22 years of Putin rule, they are tired.
Now, I agree that is the eastern part of Ukraine, but the western part of Ukraine is more Russians than anybody. Right?
I'd be interested for Louis to speak to that because that's, I know, the point that you've made before. That
there's a vast majority of Russian loyalists that want to be a part of Russia. I don't know what the percentage is. One of the reasons that Russia invaded Ukraine was the fact that Russian population has hit a critical tipping point. They can't reproduce enough. They are in massive decline of their population base.
Where a lot of other countries are headed.
Yeah. And do you trust that election, Louis? Because I don't. Do you trust anything in a third world country where basically our CIA can do whatever we want, where they arrest and shut down opposing papers, opposing views?
A third world country?
Yeah. Well, they were second world, but now they're below third world.
Yeah.
I mean, they're completely destroyed. So again, this is just an observation from 30,000 feet. I'm not on the ground, Louis, so you carry credibility with the people that I don't. Mm-hmm. The people that I assume that all sides, right, outside of Nazi Germany, and the jihadis have good people. Ray F., welcome.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So Louis said, my wife is Ukrainian of Russian descent. She is a Russian speaker. She wants nothing to do with Putin. Her friends mostly feel like she does.
Well, that carries a lot of weight. I don't know who she hangs out with or what she does or any of that other stuff. I know I have a lot of friends who are very mad at me because they want me to agree with them that we should send U.S. troops and go fight Russia over there and risk nuclear war for a country. I'm sorry, but the Ukraine does not give one darn about the U.S. What has the Ukraine ever done for us? Like, why?
They've
what?
Received a heck of a lot.
Yeah, but they've gotten hundreds of billions of dollars in aid now that my great grandkids are going to be paying back. Mm-hmm. Like, what has Ukraine done for us? Why should I even care? I'm sorry, my heart goes out to them. you know, and all that.
Well,
but
we were
we have our own problems. We had 120 people, 120,000 people or something like that OD with a drug problem. We protect Ukraine's borders, but we don't protect our own. Yeah. Say that again.
Was it up to 120?
Yeah, it was either 109 or 120. Wow. I can't remember. Wow. So we've got our own problems, Louis, right? And you know, and if we were sitting here on a $30 trillion surplus, I would be saying let's help everyone because we have a surplus, but we're 33 trillion in debt or something right now. 33 trillion in debt. Like, who is worth that? No one. We just sold you sold my future kids and their kids into slavery.
Mm-hmm. So Chris says we're in population decline, and if we don't do something, we won't have enough people to keep the country moving. Yeah, we're certainly heading that direction.
Elon Musk covered this in depth. Elon Musk said, you know, that we need more people, not less. This whole Bill Gates, let's wipe out everything but 500 million people. We'll have 500 million people on the planet only and wipe out the other billions.
I can't believe it. He's said that out loud.
I don't know if he's actually quoted that, if he was quoted that, but that is the overall thing. Someone said that. Yeah, someone has said that from that whole thing. We need to reproduce. We need to do that, or else we're going to be like Russia. Russia's going to have to import, and that's why they tried to conquer Ukraine, because this, like I said, the second most Russians in the world, ethnic Russians, live where? The Ukraine. So that was their whole point, was to try to take over the Ukraine in order. Can you turn that light down? It's really hot.
Yeah.
It's really bright. And this one over here a little bit too. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just watch the cords. Don't ruin the new $1,500 camera.
I gotcha.
Yeah, life expectancy in the U.S. has declined year over year now. It's declining. Like, what more do you need? So Lauren's going to adjust the lights here. So I think this one is good, Lauren. That one's the real hot one. And I don't know why that's changed, because it's been the same light, and obviously I haven't adjusted it, and I don't know how long, but it's super hot right now. It might be the camera, new camera, super. There you go. That's good. Now I would turn this one up slightly. Oh, you just hit something, but it's back, I think. Up, down, like this whole, yeah, over here. Good. Let's just call that a day, and we'll go from there. So Christopher said, this country have to increase each year by 30K to 90K every year. It was also written in the Georgia Guidestones. It on the Georgia Guidestones was they removed those stones. Well, what do you want? What you don't want? A suntan.
I think with our lights.
Oh yeah, that was, yeah. So anyways, so Elon Musk says we desperately need more people to fulfill the needs that we have out there. And I agree with that. And if we want to stay a Christian country, we need to get out of this. I mean, the atheists, and Lauren and I were both part of our testimonies here. I mean, can I shift towards you a little? There we go. Should have zoomed out just a little bit more. But part of our testimony is when we were both atheists and we were both broken. We didn't want kids. We had no desire to reproduce or do anything. We, and then once I got healed, instantly I wanted children. Once Lauren got healed, she wanted children. It's kind of the natural way of it. And yes, children.
Yeah, the entire other side with like the climate change, environment, the way the world is going, people, the talking points are, we don't want to bring children into a world like this. The world is going to end in 10 years and climate change, yada, yada. People, that's why no one in those generations are starting families.
Well, I would rather have their soul with me in heaven for eternity than to not have them ever birthed.
I'm just saying that's why and people are going into careers instead of families.
Yeah,
now.
well, that's what happened when women entered the workforce into the factories during World War II and never went back home.
Yep.
And it's the way that the modern world sees a housewife and a mom is disgusting. Whereas that is the most noble profession, especially if you're doing it right, meaning that you're homeschooling your own kids.
Yeah.
That now you're a teacher, you're a coach, you're everything, you're a mentor, you're a discipler. And, instead of outsourcing it to a school to have them brainwash your kid against everything you believe.
Yeah, I've, in doing our own kind of homesteady farm stuff, we follow a lot of homesteading families on Instagram and stuff. And those families are so beautiful. I mean, they have 7, 8, 9, 10 kids each, and they're really kind of living out biblical application of what family structure is supposed to be. And I'm always inspired by those families. And we wouldn't have a population issue if everyone did it that way. That's for sure.
No, I completely agree with you on that. And, I wish my biggest lament is that we didn't meet sooner and that we didn't start earlier. So I can be
It's a hard
around,
life stage too.
doing the children at 50 for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an active discussion right now on whether there's going to be a third baby Perry. And there's a lot of factors. And obviously, the age is one of them.
I mean, I want to be a part of as much of their life as possible.
Yeah.
But
as you just said, you would still be with their soul in heaven. So that's kind of an earthly concern. And the same thing as far as it's hard at 50.
Do you guys see this over my shoulder?
Yeah.
You guys see Oda Pup flopping around over there? Get out from underneath the table in our $1,500 camera. Tim Biddle, praise Jesus. Good to see you, brother.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So we're in serious negotiations right now about a third attempt or a third attempt at a boy.
Oh, jeez.
Third attempt at a boy.
Okay,
I need everyone to pray that we get a son, a healthy son on this next go.
There is no go at the moment. Where I'm not ready. Anya's still giving me a run for my money.
Yeah, but soon.
So
spring maybe.
It's been quite an evolution though, because if you had heard him talk, I mean,
Anya was a difficult child.
3 months of this one's little life.
She was killing you.
He would have
returned
to sender.
Without a doubt, I would have sent her back to God and said, "Hey, listen."
And so then it's evolved to, okay, we'll keep her butt. We're done. And more recently, as time tends to have a way of.
There are specific foods and positions for boy. I'll take all the advice you got.
And positions. Okay, this conversation's about to take a turn.
Remember, this is a Christian fellowship show. We got to be, keep it PG.
Yeah, I have heard. Well, I mean, obviously, and he likes to go back to the whole Bible of that. The man just switches women and gets his boy, so it's obviously the woman's fault.
It's the woman's fault. It's not the guy's fault.
Versus the whole
science is wrong on this.
Chromosome
science is wrong on so many other things. It's wrong on this too. The Bible proves that you just bring in someone from your harem and you get a boy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say about that, but other than I do believe in the XY chromosome, and therefore it's on you. But no, it is, man. I have heard that women's bodies are more likely to miscarry male fetuses when the woman is more stressed during the pregnancy. So I told Jason that, and he was like, well, we're never going to have a boy because I'm
too
always
stressed. You're always stressed. So we're going to put you on Valium that entire time.
Yeah.
You're going to be loose and chill.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I cannot picture the life we're living right now with the newborn stage. Like, there's no way, because we didn't have the farm.
Well, I mean, I really do want to adopt. I mean, So, Louis, if you got connections, I'd love to adopt like a tribe of Ukrainian boys from the ages 5 and up. I'll take them all. Just
5.
send them over here to the farm, and we'll put them to work. We'll love them. We'll raise them as our own. Because I'll tell you, doing it with a 3-year-old and a 8-month-old is hard.
It's the opposite of productivity.
Yes, it's hey, I want to help. So, you know, I don't need those on anymore. It's
No.
now that I sound checked everyone, but it's tough. It's really tough.
I will say, we have moments of kind of seeing the beauty of raising kids
Yeah.
in this environment and kind of working towards being helpful and just the lessons that they'll learn. And B is like really, and she loves coming out to help me with the milking. Mostly she likes just feeding the chickens because they mob the cows. But lately she loves dipping their teats after with
Dipping your what?
Their teats. The cow titties after. You dip them after with like an antibiotic, iodine kind of thing.
Christian show, Laura. Christian TTs.
Is titties about
TTs.
Okay, jeez. I said
TEATS.
and then you got made all weird. Anyways, so like the last couple of days, I've been having her put her hand because.
We'll talk offline, Louis.
Yeah, before you hook up the machine, because we don't hand milk because I'm not that crazy. You express some milk to kind of get out what potentially would be like the bacteria plug.
Yeah.
And I've been having her put her hand on and kind of my hand over and teaching her the little rhythm.
Yeah.
And she's so into it. You can see her absorbing it, and she's so willing to, and she's already.
There is no more wholesome way than homesteading to raise a
Yeah.
child.
Like she's
Like
already
the connection between her and the eggs and the chickens and the cow, like just watching them fall in love. And like I didn't start working with God's creation till 50.
Yeah.
Till 50.
Yeah.
Right? Like I didn't have
3.
God in my life until 37.
Yeah.
Like she's got such a great advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's just that the connection to God's creatures, but then also, I mean, she's 3 and already kind of, obviously she's a ways off before being trustworthy to like milk a cow on her own. But it's so neat that even at that age, she's learning how to participate.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Louis. Having a healthy family and a loving wife and children that I adore, and a farm and a place, it would not make me all I wanted to do before was go to war with my bros and die in a foreign land on the greatest mission of all time.
In Ukraine.
In a pile, not in Ukraine, in a pile of brass, going into hand to hand. That's all I wanted. And now all I want to do is defend this place and defend my family. I don't want to spend a moment away from them. I hate traveling, even a day. I don't want to travel. I want to be here for it all because I know I'm on a clock. I'm 50 years old. Maybe I have 30, maybe I have 40 years. I don't know. But we all have an expiration date. We don't know when it's coming. Nothing is promised. When Lauren and I started dating, Lauren's got a history of breast cancer in her family. When we were like, I may outlive her, and that would be terrible, But every time she leaves in a car, I pray that I'm gonna, that God will protect her and that she comes home, because there's a lot of people every day that leave their home that never may come back, and they left things unsaid, and that is part of the reason why I've lost so many people in my life unexpectedly, that I try not to leave anything unsaid. I try to let everyone know exactly how they feel. And I, the last time I traveled, there was a flood here. You're correct. And the pigs almost drowned.
Yeah.
Which we're getting ready to move the piggos back there.
They
need to go back into there. They
nothing
need
to do up in
they're bored up at the barn. They just want to eat, and they just eat and sleep, and they need to be able to root. So I really want to give them and the cows literally 34 acres to go root.
You guys saw, I mean, we're switching from deep emotional topic to talking about pigs. But I did a story on Instagram the other day showing kind of when they down. You guys probably have, most of you have seen what the pond area looked like. Kind of it was a lot of invasive weed species down there, and I did a little video the other day showing in their primary rooting spots where they were down there. It has regrown with really nice grass, so it's really cool. I mean,
Whoa, what happened there? Hold on. Video swapped over to Elgato instead of. There we go. We're back.
Yeah, but they like already just in their little bit of time, they really improved the vegetation down there. So
I can't wait to see what they would do
with more time and more space, kind of what they will do. With
and I think the having all the cows back there and all that will let our other yard rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we might be haying them out there and all that other stuff, but like our fields are looking really good right now.
It's interesting, and we were walking around tonight. So they've been on the back for a little over a month.
Yeah,
and they've burned through that grass pretty quickly. But the front field where all of their manure and stuff has been for several months now looks way greener. It's a much more lush looking grass than the rear one. So it's really cool.
I mean, they have their trails. They're
Working.
Creatures of habit, so there's like trails. Mm-hmm. They walk the same paths every day.
Yeah.
Right? Like literally the path of least resistance is how they travel.
Yeah, and I just wish our free range chickens, they go out there some, so they're scratching.
We need to move them. That's the problem. Once we move them to that, we only give them.
I can see why people do the chicken tractors in the cow fields because it forces them to scratch the manure around more.
Yeah. But
which next year I'm going to advocate for the meat birds, because unless they work better down in the other.
Well, we're gonna have about 900 to 1,000 pounds of 900 pounds roughly of chicken meat.
Yeah.
Hey, Sherry.
No, that is Chris.
Oh, okay. This is my phone died. Okay. I was going to strengthen onto you there, Sherry. Yeah, so what was it? We're going to have 900 pounds plus of chicken meat here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how long that's going to last.
Well, if you think, I mean, we do.
She's
fine. If you think about how many chickens we eat in a year, we'll go through that. And especially if the whole point of what we're doing is.
Well, here's to Sherry.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
We're not keeping all of this for ourselves. That's the whole point of the farm. So we'll definitely be doing multiple batches next year, I'd imagine.
Well, I just know that for the first time, we bled so much money, right? I mean, it has been so expensive, and it's been so the cows are the only cows that contribute in any way are the dairy cows.
But they're also way more expensive than if we didn't have them, we wouldn't be
feeding the Angus
any feed bill for the cows. So it goes both ways. But if you think about how much we're saving by not buying organic grass-fed dairy at the grocery store.
Yeah, well, that was $26 a week.
28, yeah.
$28 a week.
And then plus butter. So it's probably coming out.
Oh, hold on. Somewhere. Let me do that math.
But I don't know. So we are with the birds. So right now we have the Freedom Ranger meat birds, which they're going to be probably 5 to 7 pounds processing weight. I'm guessing some of them are getting pretty hefty. And then we have the black Australorps, which are supposed to be a dual purpose. And I don't know if Jason, I was listening to it for the couple minutes before I came in. You didn't mention it. We have 4 of our egg layer, the Australorps, went broody over the last couple of weeks and started sitting on eggs, and we're like, sure, let them try. And even though they're really young, they're only about 6 months old, which is pretty young for chickens to give it a go.
Producing.
And the first ones hatched out today.
Hey, here's the Lord and Mama Broody.
Strength and honor.
So she
our
started.
Firstborn life here on the farm.
She started. These are the eggs that Connor. And this is the chicken that when Connor was
Ah,
here,
he stole their eggs.
she had been sitting on eggs for like 2 or 3 days, and Connor took them because he loved collecting the eggs. And so then I had given her more. So she was on 7 to start. 3 ended up not being viable, probably not fertilized. And so she was on 4. And
I think we need to get more roosters is our
we-
problem.
Yeah, the ratio is way off, but probably I'm guessing out of some of the ones that hatched out, we'll get at least another rooster. So yeah, so we might have 4 from her. We have a mama that's sitting on a different mama that's sitting on 7 eggs, a mama that's sitting on 7 or 8 eggs, and then a mama that's sitting on 15 eggs. So in the next couple of weeks, we might have a huge influx of the Australorp chicks. And we also have one that has a broken leg that has not been healing because Gracie stepped on her. So we're going to process her and try the Australorp meat, because if we don't have to pay for Freedom Rangers, they'll definitely be smaller. There's no way that processing size would be anywhere close to it. But if it's a reasonable,
and they're much nicer birds.
If it's a reasonable enough processing size,
yeah,
and we can do it for free because they're producing their own
now,
then next year we might not even bother with the meat birds.
We're just gonna have to see how taste goes. I mean, that's why we got so many different hogs. We got 3 boars and 3, a heifer.
I can't remember. Well, sow.
Sow is one that's had
gilt.
Right? There we go. That's the word. I knew it was like a weird word. And you can read Tim's amazing comment there after this. But so what we have, we're getting 2 purebred. We have 2 bred red wattles that are on a unrelated, and we want to try that meat. And then we're also going to do 2 Berkshires that are coming in November. And then we have a Berkshire red wattle cross female and and a red wattle guinea hog cross. The red wattle guinea hog is Bacon. He's gonna be the first to go, and we're probably gonna do him. The original Al, but Bacon is his name. He's gonna go first, probably in November, December.
I would say, December, January.
And then the next will be Bubbles, who is the prettiest one we have. She is spotted and red wattled. So she's Berkshire and red wattle. And we're really interested in how that meat tastes.
Yeah, so the only thing that we haven't, the cows have been very obvious when they've been in heat and breeding. We have not. So Jason says he's seen.
Al's trying to do the
Bacon
job.
Or Al?
Sorry, Bacon. Bacon has been trying to do the deed.
I haven't seen any of it, and I haven't seen any signs of the girls being receptive. So just because he's trying doesn't mean they're receptive. So not totally sure what's going on there. So we're going to have to, as far as like processing Bubbles, we'll have to determine whether or not
we have a smoker.
Having a litter or not. And
pictures, you got to follow our Instagram, but let me pull up our Instagram.
Well, and you also, all of those pictures I just put in Teams.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Pull them up there.
We just took pictures of our pretty much.
I will pull them up right now. Stand by.
Yeah, so I don't know if the chickens, I haven't heard that the breeds have that much taste variety as the pigs, as far as kind of choosing which meat birds to do. I would imagine that the Australorp meat might have more flavor to it because they actually forage a lot more than even the Freedom Rangers.
Yeah, they forage like crazy.
The Freedom Rangers really haven't done. I think they're just kind of, their bodies are just getting a little uncomfortable, I think. So they just kind of sit around all day.
All right, so let me share Teams. So here you go. Let's go through these picks, and here we go. So these are the broody eggs?
No, that was just an example of eggs that we get on any given.
Okay, that is Bubbles on the left. She's a great looking one, and that's Bacon on the right.
So Bubbles is the
Berkshire red wattle cross, and that's the red wattle guinea hog.
He's
That
straight
is my
fat.
favorite. That is Peg. She's our original, and she's a lot prettier than that picture makes look. She's a sweetheart, and she's smart, and she's awesome. That is Gracie, if I had to
Yes.
guess. So you can't tell. That is our favorite milk cow. That is one of our meat birds. That's a Freedom Ranger. That's
the broody that's sitting on the 15 eggs.
okay. Is that the mean one?
No, she's really nice.
Really nice. Okay. That there is Al, and Lauren doesn't like him the most. I like him. She doesn't.
He got out and wouldn't come back.
He's not the most food motivated guy.
No.
He's actually a little bit more complex than that. But he's turning into a really good looking. With his head is just getting huge.
His ears are so funny.
Yeah.
That's Gracie.
That's
again.
Gracie, who has turned into like this mocha, cappuccino colored. She was so light when we got her,
Yeah.
and she's
And
really
also-
darkened
she's
this
put on
year.
weight too. She
Yeah,
was really skinny.
And that's Margot.
Margot.
That's our big mama right there.
Gracie actually puts out more than her, even though
Yeah.
Margot's udder is bigger.
And that is Lauren's amazing butter.
That's a couple days worth of butter.
Couple days worth of butter right there. So, anyways, I'm not sure if there's any other ones here.
Yeah, that was.
Well, here's the 100. Is that from the 100?
That's not all of them,
But that's our new flock of 100 babies that we got that'll be processed in November. And that's me saying hi to Solomon, our bull. He's been a jerk to me at times, but we've kind of made up, and he's been cool since he's asserted himself. And that's me and Wally. Wally's my favorite. Wally is the one I trust the most. Him and Gracie, I trust the most.
I'm trying to see. There was the other one that I sent. Yeah, I think that's most of them. Okay, keep going there. Oh, and then Solomon, or Shepherd.
Oh yeah, and this is our rooster Shepherd. He has been an awesome rooster. He's bit Bee once. She deserved it. And he's chased her a couple times, but he's got the message that she's off the menu. And he has kept all 44 of his girls alive. 43.
43, yeah.
43 of his girls alive. And he's good. And that's Wally.
Like the day.
Wally got
days
here.
After, yeah, Wally got here.
He's just such a cool guy.
That makes him look small.
Yeah, he's not small. It's just a weird angle there. And he's just a cool dude. The other day I had to move him around and grab his horns and move him, and he just let me do it. So it was pretty cool.
I think that's all the pictures.
Yeah. So anyways, let me click that.
Here, you can drive.
Wow, she's learning, guys. She's learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, the winter is going to be tough here. I'm telling you, we're looking forward to the winter because we won't have the
In
flies.
the almanac, I heard someone say that this is supposed to be a hard winter too. We had a really mild winter last winter. I
Yeah.
heard it was supposed to be cold and snowy. We'll see.
And we're just, it's so expensive to feed them and that. So be praying for us
Yeah,
that.
we need to source hay.
Yeah,
rest of our
I've got a guy. So
I've got a guy.
yeah.
Got a guy.
But be praying for us that God provides, because we need, right now we have 200 bales of hay and we need 800
Yeah.
total.
Well,
We need 600 more.
if we do the square, I think that, so there's some systems, the person who kind of has mentored us with the dairy cows, she is a system where she just goes, the farmer holds on to the round bales and she just picks them up as needed. And because we can't store all of the round bales here, that's why we did square. But the rounds are so much more economical than the square. So if we can find someone to do that we just pick them up as needed, I think that'd be nice.
Because I'll tell you, it's really tough. And again, trying to figure out who's getting what and how much they're getting, because they're bullies. Like the alpha gets whatever he wants and everyone else starves.
I think you put out enough that they don't have to fight for it. But did you want me to read that comment from Tim?
Yeah, go ahead and read
Okay.
Tim's comment.
So Tim said, Y'all are amazing. You guys give a lot of encouragement to so many people, and y'all have a lot going on with the farm, your awesome family, etc. And though we know Jesus gives us our strength, I do pray for you all's encouragement to continue to be strengthened each day. Mega blessings.
We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Tim.
That, Tim.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
It's exhausting at times. I'm not going to lie. Maybe everyone else can do homesteading and it's easy.
I don't think any homesteader is going to claim that it's easy. I've seen
they show their Hollywood reels and it's all whatever. It's freaking tough.
Also, yeah. I mean, we show our nice ones too. I've seen it said that homesteading is a simple life, and a lot of people misconstrue simple to mean easy, but it is anything but easy. It's simple, but it's not easy.
No, it's not easy at all. And I do have want to get into a little bit of firearms, and I don't have them in here. Unfortunately, I was going to show you.
What's that?
But I am getting rid of my SIG.
Do you need me to get something for you?
No, it's fine. I'm getting rid of my SIG 365 XL with a Romeo Zero sight on it. I've had it for a little less than a year. I think I've literally shot it once or twice. It hasn't been shot very much. Yeah. And I bought it to be my EDC, my everyday carry. I got the sight on it for that reason. And I'm very unhappy with it. And I've gone back to my Glock. And the second I picked up my Glock, I'm like, why did I ever leave my Glock 26? You know, the Glock 26 is such a workhorse. I can have 10 round mags, or I can have 20 round mags, you know, or even 30 round mags if you want to, that'll feed into that. It's just so dependable. There's nothing on there to break. And the SIG was just fragile, man. It was a fragile gun. The sight broke on me like almost immediately. And I mean, I love red dot sights on my rifle. I'm just not sure for an EDC pocket gun, unless you got something that covers the sights more. That Romeo Zero sight on the front, the glass on the front. Can you go grab it?
Where is it?
It's in the case on the coffee station.
Yeah.
So I want to show you this. I don't want to sell. I mean, I'm going to trade it in. I love the Glock 19 Gen 5. I love everything that Glock does. And, you know, I like the 26. And when I need a gun, when I need a subcompact, I want a gun that I can fit in my pocket. Now, the single stacks are good for that. But they just don't have a lot of rounds. And I want the versatility of being able to take my 19 mags that are 9mm or my 17 mags and put them into my 26, and I can run them. Here's my SIG. What I want to show you guys is, you see this sight, I mean, it's hard to tell. I'm going to try to get it up here. But this front glass, right, it's not recessed like other sights. It's right there on the edge. So if this is in your pocket and anything's in there, it gets beat up. It beats up and smudges and scratches the glass because it's right, the bottom of it is right there. There's no protection from the steel. A lot of other sights move that glass halfway into this steel frame to give it like a dead zone to where something won't come in and smudge up on that optic and do that. So again, this Romeo Zero sight sucks. I called SIG. I told him, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm used to your guys' weapons working a lot better. Your sight sucks. And, you know, I'd like a new one. And they're like, well, send it back. We'll look at it. I just told you that your sight broke, you know, after shooting it twice. Now, either, it's hit the ground a couple times. It's taken some falls, but that shouldn't be enough to break a sight. And just the tension screws on the left and the right, they're not moving when I adjust them. So they're bound up. And that's just, you know, I could see if I was running this thing all the time, and I put 10,000 rounds through it, but this is literally shot 2 mags.
Yeah.
I mean, so again, not a fan of the SIG of this, and SIGs in the teams were what we carried. We carried the P226, and I'll tell you, I'm just not a fan in this at all anymore. Now their 320 seems nice, and SIGs aren't a cheap gun. You got your Glocks and you got everything else, which Glocks you can do whatever you want to, but pretty much everybody now whose life depends on the line is rocking a Glock. There's something to be said about that, right? And I'll tell you, my Glock 26 with my True Glow sights, they always work, right? There's nothing there to break. And
I was surprised when you tried the Glock or the SIG to start with, because you've
well, it came with the sight on it.
Talking about the Glock.
Well, this is my first time having an EDC, an everyday carry that was going to be a pocket gun, something I could carry no matter if I'm in gym shorts or a bathing suit or whatever, and it failed. So that's my Romeo Zero bashing. Don't buy them; they suck.
There you go.
Right.
Reviewed.
So go buy a real sight is way more expensive. Their competitors, you're going to spend as much on them as you did on the gun, but they work and they'll stay zeroed. And that's the difference. So I know we don't do as much tactical stuff as we used to on here, but I just wanted to give you 365 itself is nice. I just would not get a Romeo Zero sight for it. I'd go with another sight. And I understand I probably got the Gen 1 Romeo Zero. So maybe they fixed it as they went. When I called them, they were not surprised, which let me know that they're making a garbage product.
Okay.
So we'll see.
How was their customer service?
The customer service was fine. Again, it should have been, I'm going to send you one.
Yeah.
Send yours back. Instead, I got to send them to them. And then they're going to decide on whether they're going to, whatever. And I'm just like, that sucks. That sucks. So
back to Glock.
Anyways, back to Glock, and I'll be happy to be back in Glock, and I'll probably never leave again.
Lessons learned.
Yeah, lessons learned. I haven't shot any of the Gen 5s yet. The Gen 5 26 has I think a better barrel. It's got the ambidextrous slide release. They got rid of the finger groove. I would love to trade my Gen 4 in for the Gen 5. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to probably go in with both of those guns and come home with one gun and a sight. We'll see. But yeah, that's my breakdown on, I know a lot of people love SIGs and they're pricey. So they're kind of like a Cadillac. And I'll just tell you, I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. As far as some things that we got coming up, I want to talk about here. Let me pull up. We got 2 pretty big things coming up this Sunday. Well, first, let me talk about this. On October 15th, let me share Chrome tab. On October 15th, we're doing a active shooter class, a 4-hour class that will be streamed on Facebook Live. It's $30 or $29.99, whatever, for you to get in there. It is a fundraiser, meaning that it's going to pay for the cows and the feed and for the church. It's not for us to pocket. This is Trident Shield, which is my company, and mine and Lauren's company, is our security consulting and training company. I am going to train people with Trident Shield branded, active shooter training, and we're going to donate 100% of the proceeds to the PCM Church and Farm. There is no cap to how many people can come. Please come and support this. It's $30. It's 4 hours of training. This class is a foundation class and the prerequisite if you want to do our church security active shooter or our corporate security active shooter class. So So if you want to be a facilitator, if you want to, go to the next step, the first 4 hours are always the same. That is the basis that we build upon. So coming to this will benefit you greatly. It's going to cover active shooter and everything up to active shooter. And no one's ever regretted coming. We've never had a complaint that people didn't walk away knowing more than they did when they came in.
Live local event hosted
here. It's live, hosted here in the sanctuary, and it'll be streamed online as well.
Same ticket price.
It's $30 in person, so I don't have to carry a bunch of pennies.
Yeah.
All right. So, they wouldn't let me set it to 30 online. I don't know why.
Oh, that's funny.
So anyways, so go ahead and sign up. Come on in. Even if you don't come, it's $30 that you're donating to the church. Again, we're not pocketing this in our thing. It's going to feed the animals. We're burning through serious amount of money on feeding all the animals, and it's not even winter yet. Way more than we had budgeted for. So this is kind of like a holy cow. We need to do this to try to raise money so that we don't put ourselves behind the 8 ball. So, so that's one event that we have coming up. So please support that. I'm going to see if will it let me share? I don't understand how to share.
It still says it's a draft. Is it?
That must be the wrong one. Let me go on the right one. Here we go. There we go. This is the right one. So, and I can share here. There we go. That's why. We're going to be doing these regularly. There's the link right there. If you want to click it, that'll allow you to register to it. If you register to this one and you don't make it, you can bump it to another one. The key is, we could use the dough we're doing a fundraiser because we use the dough to provide for the animals, period. So anyways,
And so where are you streaming it?
Streaming it on Facebook Live. So Facebook
Only
collects
Facebook?
everything.
Okay.
Only Facebook. So Facebook has just come out with this thing. They don't take any money. So you stream it live. They go into the event, and they pay there. It directly goes to our bank account, and then it streams on live.
Do you know is there only watching it live? Would they be able to catch it later?
I can always do it through Restream, record it, and then send someone a link to watch it later. So maybe we'll want to do that. But one of the destinations that'll be streaming that'll be the place where it's streaming live later on. If you don't make it, we can send it to you, a link for you to do it. What we have to be careful is that someone doesn't take it and copy all of our intellectual property and all that stuff, which is why we do it the way we do it. And then the other one, of course, is that's Greg Locke there. Let me pull up.
This
weekend, our 9/11 service that we're going to do. By all means, come and watch this. We are going to dedicate the whole service to 9/11. It's not going to be just someone's going to come up and say a couple to 5 minutes. It's going to be all based upon unpacking 9/11 and what we're called to do, and remembering those who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you for supporting it.
And then, so come check that out. You won't regret it. That'll be on Facebook, Instagram, our Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Yep.
It was.
And then
Chris had said that he liked the 7 o'clock sermon, so that's good.
Yeah, the 7 o'clock sermon. If you guys haven't checked it out, watch it online live. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody to monitor the comments. So if we have to address something at the end of the service, and we can come in and chat afterwards,
Watch the comments.
come on over and wrap up chat. for any questions or anything that happened after. I really think the 7 o'clock was so much better for our family. What would you say?
Yeah, the day was a lot more
Calm.
relaxed in general. I mean, our morning chores are much more heavy for me than evening stuff. So it worked out nicely that way. Yeah.
So that's not going anywhere. We're going to be doing it at 7. That's to attract adults. It's also to attract men. We really are doing everything we can to reach patriots, first responders, and veterans. And we're hoping that God will bless that.
Yeah.
And bring in those people here.
And more likely that people who've already committed to another church
Be
might
willing
be
to come
willing
check it out.
to experiment with this
Yeah.
one and not have to give up their other commitments.
Right. And we pretty much know that what we preach here is not going to be preached in any other church.
Yeah.
So they can go get their concert and then come here. For us, we had time to take care of the farm and spend precious family time together. Awesome.
Great.
Thank you, Louie. Appreciate you. Well, I think that's going to, unless there's anything else you want to cover.
I don't think so. I'll post little baby chicken pictures.
Yeah, we're going to have our firstborn life on the, well, actually, Anya was the firstborn life here.
Yes.
I mean, Anya was a
Literally,
water birth.
born on the farm.
Born on the farm
in the
cow trough. The cow water trough. It was hers first, but in the cow water trough.
No wonder she loves swimming.
Thanks, Steve. And so she was the first life born here. That's the first livestock.
Yeah.
But Anya has a special place on this farm.
Yeah. Yep. The cows are drinking out of her tub now. My tub, I guess.
Your tub, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that thing will need to be bleached if we're having another one.
yeah. All right, everyone. God bless you. And we will see you on Sunday at 7 p.m.
Have a great night, great weekend.
Have a great night. Remember, it's 9/11, so reach out to a veteran or a first
Do you want to
responder.
answer this question real quick, Louie?
Could you tell us what you think about the fact that we have homeless veterans? I think that is shameful. I think it is shameful unless those homeless veterans want to be homeless. A lot of people out there who are homeless want to be homeless. No, it doesn't make sense. A lot of them choose to be homeless. All right. Because they don't want rules. They don't want to conform to society. They want.
So, is there some
They're usually
issue
mental illness
going on there?
100% mental illness.
It's not a healthy choice.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Living on the streets and living off of garbage is not a healthy choice. So again, why we send 1 penny overseas when we have homeless veterans and crumbling infrastructure and a wide open border and crime at an all-time high, makes no sense to me. You do your, once you don't help somebody with a speck in their eye when you have a log or a plank in your own eye. Those are from Jesus. That's from Jesus himself. And right now we have a whole forest in our eye.
Yes.
And we need to take care of people here at home. My sympathies go out to everyone else, but who's helped us? The answer is no one.
Yep. And it's showing. We're crumbling.
And we're crumbling. People don't know what's, whether they're boys or girls. People don't, or they're the human species or a unicorn or a butterfly or a dragonfly or whatever they're identifying on a daily basis. We have some serious problems here. And we all need to focus at home right now and not be distracted. So there's a lot we have to cover. We'll cover a lot on Sunday for 9/11. And I will see you all there, I hope. God bless.
Good night, guys.